Peace, love, and light, family. Welcome to the Neon Prince podcast. I'm your host, Neon Prince. This is episode 1, and in this episode, we will be talking about melanin, LooksMaxxing, DNA, and nutrition. And all of these are very much related. So will easily flow between them, and you'll understand how they're all connected. Okay, guys, so everyone on the planet is beautiful, all right? Everyone on the planet is born with a DNA that encodes a very unique expression of them that is beautiful, it is interesting, it is nice, it is magnificent, it is divine. You are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are very, very unique and one of a kind. Now, when we age, certain things happen, and let's just be honest. You might see a child and they're very cute and attractive and whatever. And then, when they're 30, 40, or 50 years old, it's like, whoa, what's going on with you, bro? What kind of life have you been living? And people get out of shape. They become unhealthy. They become sick and diseased. And we become out of shape. We become out of health. We become sick and diseased for two reasons that are preventing us from being in shape, healthy, happy, beautiful, very well formed, energetic, and pure, which is the goal of LooksMaxxing. Okay, so LooksMaxxing is this idea that you do everything possible to be the most attractive version of yourself. And generally, LooksMaxxing is only touching the surface. LooksMaxxing advice that I've seen online is, hey, go to the gym, drink water. Those are both great tips. Going to the gym and drinking water. Brush your teeth, very great tip as well. Brushing and flossing regularly. Get a haircut regularly, or go to the salon if you're a young lady, a female. Go to the salon and get your hair done professionally. Getting your nails done. That's going to definitely add to. I go to the salon and get my nails done with a nice little light clear coat, manicure, pedicure, mani-pedi. And you wouldn't believe how many compliments I get from random females that, if we're talking close enough for them to notice my nails, they just say, hey. They just say, hey, nice nails, or I like your nails. And a lot of guys don't do that. So, all right, so those are some basic LooksMaxxing tips that all guys can do, and women. Wash your face, use moisturizer, have a nice haircut, go to the gym at least 3 times a week, all right, and everything else that I said. Now we're going to get much deeper into this podcast, which is well beneath the surface, and is going to explain to you the truest and deepest levels of being the brightest, most beautiful, most amazing version of yourself. And this has to do with melanin, your DNA, and nutrition. Okay, so everyone is born with the codes in their DNA to be a beautiful person, to be an amazing person, actually. Because your DNA is encoding not only your looks, which is superficial, and your looks, if uninhibited or whatever, if you don't, I'm going to lay out the things that happens in our lives that destroy our DNA, okay? And if these things don't happen, then yeah, your DNA will encode for you to be not only a cute baby and a cute child, but a handsome teen and a handsome or beautiful adult into your 40s and your 50s and beyond. So your 60s, you'll be a very beautiful person, very attractive. Uh, if you follow this information that I'm going to share with you. So, first thing you got to understand is your DNA changes every single day based upon different factors such as stress level, thoughts and emotions. If we have negative thoughts, it literally goes into the cells of our body and destroys our DNA. Our environment, if we're breathing in fresh air or if we're breathing in polluted air, if we're drinking fresh water or drinking polluted water, or food, foods with toxins in it and pesticides, that has to do with our environment as well. External influences, electromagnetic fields, noise, not having enough peace and silence. These things change our DNA. And of course, most of all, diet, nutrition. So let's just continue talking about DNA a bit. If your DNA is mutated, then it's not going, okay. Millions, if not billions of cells of our body, these are muscle cells, skin cells, organ tissues, blood cells, they die every single day. And what happens when they die? They need to be rebuilt. They need to be remade. And so how does your body remake a cell that's in your eyeball or your hair or nails or skin? Well, it looks at the DNA. Let's just say it looks at the localized DNA and it says, hey, I need to build all these skin cells that have been destroyed either intentionally, just because your body needs to cleanse itself, or damaged, maybe damaged because of your environment, the sun, maybe you smashed into something, who knows. Heat, cold, many different things can damage cells, especially your outer cells, your skin cells. But in the inside, many things can damage your cell as well. Okay, so how does your body rebuild these cells? Well, it looks at the DNA and it says, all right, this is the code for this particular skin cell that I need to make, or this particular fat cell, or this muscle cell. And now it says, I need these 100 materials. Let's simplify. I need these 10 materials. I need some zinc. I need some copper. I need some oxygen. I need some hydrogen. I need some complex molecule, some chlorophyll or some enzyme or something. But just a complex molecule. Or it could be something as very simple and basic as an element. All right? And now your body is just going to ask itself, because the body is freaking amazing, to bring those elements towards the place in your body where it needs to rebuild these cells. And if your body doesn't have zinc, if your body doesn't have these particular molecules, these particular minerals or nutrients, it's, even though it has the blueprint is saying, hey, I need a brick. Here are the blueprints for these brick houses. I need bricks. And if your body doesn't have the bricks, it's going to say, well, dang, I guess I'm just going to use this mud. Okay, it's going to use whatever it has. So that's why when you see someone and they have some issues in their anywhere in the body, if their body is not formed very strong and beautiful and tight, what maybe their butt is jiggly, or they have some jiggliness somewhere in their body, or their skin is not smooth, it's one of those two things, people. Two things. Either their DNA has mutated and their body doesn't know how to properly build those cells, because your body has the blueprint for your God self. Okay? Either your body doesn't know how to do it because your DNA has been damaged. DNA can be damaged for many reasons I'm going to talk about, or it doesn't have the minerals and the nutrients to properly, it knows how to build the cell. It has the blueprint from the DNA, but it doesn't have the building blocks. So the two things that you need to do is protect your DNA and eat very highly nutritional dense organic. In my opinion, I would stay plant-based foods. And what does this look like? This looks like drinking pure water, eating lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. People, in a handful of fruit, just about every single nutrient your body would need is contained in, I'm just going to choose some random fruits. Mango, orange, apple, blueberries, banana. If you were to just eat that and water, your body will literally have every nutrient it needs to rebuild everything from a brain cell to a heart cell to a skin cell in accordance with your most divine genetic blueprints, which means that that aspect of your development, your nutritional aspect, would be covered, allowing you to express as a human god or goddess into your 50s, your 60s. So think of yourself as a beautiful fit, not a fitness model, but an athletic, beautiful, strong, energetic, just gorgeous skin, beautiful hair, strong muscles, straight back, health in every way. If you just eat those, I just chose 5 random fruits, people, because science is not, it's actually, it's too deep for me to get into in this podcast. Because nutrients are not actually what you think. They're actually orbs of energy. They're actually frequencies of energy. They're actually toroids. They're energetic toroids. They're energy fields. And so vitamin C is an energy field. It's not an actual vitamin. So you can get the same nutrients from, if the fruit is very highly organic and pure, you need very few of these fruits, or even a small diverse amount of these fruits, to get all the nutrients you need to rebuild your body and keep it strong. I still haven't spoken about melanin. We're going to get into that. But people, just know that every single one of you will LooksMaxx by getting rid of cooks. Like, don't eat as many. You don't need to eat any cooked foods. I'm like 90% raw vegan, guys, and cooked foods are basically garbage. It's you destroy all the nutrients, and that heat destroys all the energy fields in the food, and you're basically just eating like wet cardboard that's hot and well seasoned, at least, hopefully. But people, we need to eat fruits from the earth. And once we eat, because we are divine beings, we are the gods of the earth. And your body will recognize when it is coming in contact with the plant kingdom, the animals. The fruits of the trees were nourished by the earth. And the earth has the energy of the entire plant and animal kingdom within it. And your body will recognize when it's receiving a pure version. The fruit is the purest version of that quintessential earth energy. Your body will recognize this, and your body will respond by aligning with that frequency, with that expression of life, of pure life. And pure life is vibrant. Okay, think of, like the jungle, where it's like bright sounds, bright colors, bright energy, balance, infinite harmony. That's what you hold within you, within your DNA. also infinite intelligence and power and grace. Okay, guys, so we've spoken about nutrition. I'm trying to segue cleanly into this melanin aspects, but we spoke about DNA and nutrition. All right. So, as we get into the most important and esoteric part of the conversation, you got to understand. All right, so melanin is that pigmentation that causes black and brown people, indigenous people, anyone that has a darker skin tone. It goes across all races. Every human being on the planet, white, European, we all have melanin. Melanin is not simply a pigment that makes us dark. Melanin has many, 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 many functions. You can think of it as a liquid golden steel. It's like gold and steel, a liquid version or an energetic version of that. So I say gold and steel because gold, it has the ability to brighten and beautify, and steel, it has the ability to strengthen and protect. And so there are billions of melanin cells floating not only throughout our skin, people of all races, but of course darker pigmented people have more of this golden steel. But this pigment is also floating freely in your blood, protecting and strengthening. And it also has the properties of magnetism. It accelerates and conducts electricity. It conducts magnetism. It conducts all forms of energy. It is instrumental in healing. So anything that is damaged, melanin just goes to it and heals it. Okay? And it's also does many, many, many other things. Most importantly, it protects your DNA. So your DNA is in the nucleus of the cell, and that nucleus of the cell is surrounded by a coat or a sac. It sits in a sac or a bed of melanin. And so the more melanin you have in your body, and you can see the darker people have more melanin, and if you're very, very, very pale skin, you still have melanin around the DNA of your cells. It may not be as much, but you'll still have some. All humans do. It's very essential to life. Okay, so this melanin protects your DNA from being damaged or destroyed. And we mentioned earlier that every single day, your DNA changes based upon your emotion, your feeling, your stress levels, your level of exercise and energy and chi that is flowing throughout your body. And then this DNA is used to literally remake your body in the moment, but let's just say for the next day. So you want your DNA to be as well protected as possible. You do not want your DNA to be mutated or miscoding cells for your heart, cells for your eye, cells for your brain, cells for your nervous system, cells for your muscles. And this is what we actually call aging. Aging, when people look older, it's because they no longer look youthful, and the youthful look is a look of human perfection, where you have good posture, your muscles are strong, and you have this beautiful round energy about you. You have this beautiful symmetrical, that's a better word. You have a symmetrical energy about you. And symmetry is a sign that your DNA is not, it's pure and unmutated. Because if the body is able to consistently produce itself on the left and the right side, then that means that all the different blueprints it's looking at, because your body has, I said localized DNA earlier, because every single cell of your body has a copy of your DNA. And if you have damage in one part of the body, it's not going to, let's say your left shoulder, and it needs to remake some cells over there. The right shoulder also has every cell in the right shoulder, from your tissue to your muscle to your skin to your blood, everything. It has the code for your left shoulder in it. Your right knee has the code. Down in your toe, in your left ear, in your brain, in your heart, in your tongue. Your tongue has the code for a particular muscle cell in your left shoulder. But your body's going to look at the localized DNA and use that DNA to build back your fat cells, your muscle cells, whatever cells need to be built in that area, okay? So symmetry shows that no matter where your body is looking to build itself, it's getting the same DNA. Babies are highly symmetrical. Children are highly symmetrical. Symmetry fades with age because of genetic mutations. Symmetry fades with age because one's genetic code has not been protected and has varied from cell to cell due to damage and mutation. If someone's face starts to sag, or one part of their butt is cottage cheese and the other side is the DNA is not consistent throughout your body. So you need to protect your DNA. Melanin protects your DNA. So honestly, darker pigmented people have the least likelihood of the DNA being damaged, because DNA can be damaged due to, I'll tell you what, due to many things. I'll tell you one huge thing that damages the DNA that we can all prevent. It's one of the hugest things in Western culture, and that is alcoholism. Drinking alcohol permanently damages DNA. It permanently damages cells of the body, which is more accurate. But those cells could be DNA cells, or whatever. Alcohol is able to get anywhere in the body. It can cross into the brain through the brain blood barrier, whatever. It can go into any cell. It can go into your DNA. So melanin is going to protect your nucleus from being attacked by the alcohol, because alcohol breaks down into a poison that literally just destroys cells. That's what it does. Forget the name of the poison. You can look it up. Just look up, what does alcohol break down into? Anyhow, melanin is not going to protect you from the damage. That it will protect you a little more, but most alcoholics that are adults, you can see that they're not they're not vibrating high. They do not have the smoothest skin in the world. They do not have the brightest eyes. They do not have the strongest physiques, because alcohol is just indiscriminately running through the body and damaging their cells and their DNA. Now, if you have a lot of melanin, it can repair a lot of those cells. And the less melanin you have, that's why in Europe, like alcoholism, you can see it more than you can in other places where they might drink the same amount of alcohol. Like if you go to, the Caribbean, and they're drinking lots of rum and coconut or whatever. I don't know what kind of drinks those pina coladas. They'll still look younger than if you go to Moscow, and the dudes that have been drinking vodka for 20 years, they're going to look much older and ragged and run down and weaker, because they have less DNA they have high amounts of damage due to alcoholism and low amount of automated repair. And also alcohol damages cells that in a way that it's super hard to repair them because it does attack the DNA. But anyway, you have more protection over your DNA the more melanin you have. So let's get back to LooksMaxxing, people. Your pigmentation, whether you're light, pale, dark, medium complexion, you're not going to be able to affect that. That's you're born with that. So I'm going to share with you guys, these are my ideas on, with this knowledge and information, what I would do depending on my phenotype. Okay, so your phenotype, everyone is beautiful, and up until, let's say late teens, you're going to see there's like equal beauty across all races, ethnicities, and phenotypes. But after the age of like 18 or 19, the body becomes very much less resilience. From childhood up until 18, the human body is super resilient, and it's going to be able to fight off genetic mutations. That's why there are not high instances of random cancers in children. There's very few genetic mutations. And I know that there are some kids that have horrible diets and they're eating fast food and they're not getting nutrients and they're not eating these fresh fruits and vegetables and having pure water. But their body is so resilient that it doesn't, the genetic mutations, and their body is somehow able to pull energy from the universe and rebuild itself. But there are increasing rates of obesity and that sort of thing. So no one should be obese. I mean, if you don't want to be obese, it means that your diet is off and your genetics are off as well. So what can you do? First of all, protect for LooksMaxxing. First of all, your melanin level is whatever you have. I mean, eat as much vibrant fruits and vegetables, as I said, as possible. Get as much sunlight as possible. Drink pure water. Stay out in nature. Keep your stress levels down. And completely avoid carcinogens. Completely avoid toxins. Do not use any inorganic products because they will destroy your skin and your body, such as inorganic foods, which are processed foods. Don't eat that. Eat at farmers markets and organic foods. Skincare, try to use natural skincare. Wash your skin and body daily and always use natural moisturizers. Don't use any skincare or hair care products that have chemicals on the back that you cannot understand. And go in your bathroom right now. And let's be honest, if you have anything that's from like a regular store, I just consider them regular stores. If you have Suave, VO5, let me see, I'm actually looking, I don't know. If you have anything, I'm in a hotel right now, so an Airbnb, so just looked in the bathroom and saw some random products which are unhealthy. I'm gonna actually go and look and see what's in that VO5, which I would never use because I use only natural organic products. So they have this VO5, what is this? Moisturizing conditioner. And they try to trick that ass. It says strawberries and cream with soy milk protein. See, that's what we need to be putting in and on our bodies. Strawberries, cream, and, organic stuff. Cream would be, what kind of cream? I don't know what kind of cream they're talking about. It sounds nice. But when I look on the back, family, I'm trying to read these ingredients. The ingredients are literally water. The next freaking ingredient is cetyl alcohol. What is that? I would not put alcohol on my skin or drink alcohol. The next one is sterylconium chloride. That's a poison. It's a chemical. You don't want any chemicals. The next one is cetrimonium chloride, another chlorine. So this is bleaching and destroying your skin. Then fragrance. I don't put no fragrance on my skin, only natural essential oils and that sort of thing. Glycerin stearate, glycerin distearate, alcohol again, sterol, alcohol again, disodium, glycerin, methyl chlor. People, that was like the first 8 ingredients. No mention of strawberries, soy, or anything natural. And literally, they were all toxins and poisons. Never put anything in your skin that has any of that crap. It's gonna it's gonna destroy your cells, and then it's gonna go in and start to destroy your DNA. All right, I'm going to just pick up this moisturizer that I have that I use, and let's look at the ingredients. It's actually, I just use it on my skin, but it's actually a massage and body oil with lavender. That it's 365 brand, which is from Whole Foods. Nothing expensive. And let's see what's in there. The first ingredient, grapeseed oil. Very good. Prunius, sweet almond oil. Next ingredient. Third ingredient, jojoba oil. Lavender. Rose hip oil. And sunflower oil. Guys, it's all just natural plants. And like I said, we are gods and goddesses from the earth, and our body responds energetically to the frequency of earth. So when you put your body in the field of earth, of anything, fruits, vegetables, trees, natural, anything that's closest to its most natural or earthly state, your body's going to respond with health, vibrance, love, strength, rejuvenation, and healing. So guys, the way to LooksMax is to protect your DNA by being in as natural a place as possible, eating as natural food as possible, getting as much exercise as possible, and living the most natural life possible, which also includes socializing in a natural way, not using computers and cell phones and mobile phones and all this trash, but actually hanging out with your friends, talking, spending some time, hugs, give them a kiss, give your friends hugs, a kiss, tickle, just being a normal human, playing some games, rolling on the floor, rolling on the grass. This is the way to LooksMax, people. It will definitely translate into your beauty. I feel as though there's something more for me to say about the we spoke about the DNA. I think I shared everything about that, where it changes every day and you gotta like protect it. Oh, if you don't have a lot of melanin, then you have to kind of like max out your health and nutrition, because dark people, black and brown people, are gonna be able to do more and get away with it than if you don't have a lot of melanin, because we just have that shield all within our body that's like protecting us from attack or damage, and repairing our body. So if you have a lesser amount of melanin, you shouldn't make many mistakes like eating mac and cheese and drinking beers, or going in chlorinated pools. Stay away from chlorine and bleach. Why would you put that on your skin? You can't do that, because the damage that's going to happen to your body is going to be much, much harder, if even possible, to repair. You can do permanent damage, whereas you don't, your shield is not as strong, and then your reparations army is not as strong as well. And so that's pretty much why we see people's aging after their mid-20s. It's literally because their DNA is being miscoded due to improper diet, and they're also not having proper nutrition just from the sad Western diet. So, my beautiful brothers and sisters, I guess that brings us to a close on our little Neon Prince podcast. The first episode, influencing you to live your best life, to be as beautiful, as strong, as pure, as positive, and as powerful as possible. And to do this by getting in tune with nature, using the vibrations of nature, yoga, meditation, positive thoughts, healthy, organic, plant-based, localized diets, happiness, joy, and kindness. Thanks for tuning in. Many more episodes to come. Have a beautiful and bright day.